Hey everybody, welcome to our first Babbling Bronco video podcast. I thought I'd just try this out and start with something easy here with a top 10 2021 mock draft. So we'll just try this out, see how it goes, maybe add some people later, and should be fun. And just now kind of getting into the top prospects for this year. I've probably gone through at least 30 of them, so hence the reason why I am just doing top 10 today. So looking forward to doing a full mock draft soon, probably with my brother Zach. We'll get him on here, or Taylor. So let's get started here. We got the Jags up right now, and it's getting interesting at the top, guys. It really is. Zach Wilson is going up boards, as he should be. Chris Sims of NBC Sports just had him ranked ahead of Trevor Lawrence with some distance, he said. So it's getting interesting. I don't know if that changes anything for the Jags here at the top, but he's number one in my book as well. I think I was hesitant to put him there for a while. I always had Lawrence at the top, but on my big board, Zach Wilson is number one. And Sims just kind of said, okay, I'm not that crazy for thinking he's better, but maybe not as much distance for me between him and Trevor as it was with Chris Sims, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being the better talent. So at the top, I don't think the Urban Meyer will do the Zach Wilson project number one overall. I think he still goes Trevor Lawrence. He was right there at his pro day, early pro day, and watching him throw. So I don't think the Zach Wilson will go ahead of Trevor, but I wouldn't be all that surprised if it happened. But for this case, we'll just say Trevor Lawrence goes number one. I think Zach Wilson's a better talent, but Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's got a lot of hype with him too. He's been talked up for the past 3 years, so hard not to go number one there, especially with Urban Meyer, who seems to be enamored with him. So haven't really heard much about Zach Wilson with them, but we'll see. I guess we still got a lot of off season to go. So number two, the Jets. They are in a great spot. I'm very jealous of the Jets, especially if Trevor goes number one here. So man, I mean, if they, for some reason, decide to keep Darnold, I mean, I would be all over the Broncos down here at 9, trading up for Zach Wilson. I think, without a doubt in my mind, that he's better than Drew Lock or any veteran that they can get, besides Deshaun Watson, guys. So I really envy where the Jets are sitting here, and they have a lot of draft capital too. So they could be on the move. Got a nice head coach, and I mean, they would be stupid not to take Zach Wilson, honestly, over Darnold. Zach Wilson is just a lot better. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So, but we'll see. They might want to keep Darnold and might see something in him, but for this case, they take the obvious choice in my mind, and I guess I didn't select the Dolphins. That's my bad. Shoot. Let's see here. Let's go back and start this over again. It's weird. It's because Texans were here. I was just selecting everyone in the top 10. But let's also add the Dolphins in there. Hopefully that does it. Okay. So, sorry about that. We got some trades here, but not yet, you guys. Maybe in the future we'll add some trades. All right, Trevor Lawrence went number 1 to the Jags, and Zach Wilson, number 2. On to the Dolphins. Sticking with Tua so far. Haven't heard anything otherwise. So they obviously here need some tackle help, some guard help, defensive interior. So people like the Sewell option here a lot. I'm still undecided whether Rashawn Slater is better than Sewell, but I think as Daniel Jeremiah said that. So haven't really gotten into tackles yet all that much, except for those two. But I really don't think there's this much distance between them, that's for sure. But I'll go ahead and just go Sewell here, and maybe next time I'll have my mind changed. We never know. So Falcons. This is another interesting one. A lot of people haven't taken quarterback. It's a tough place in my mind because I really don't think Justin Fields is all that great. And again, like, Sims solidified that thinking for me. I like Chris Sims, but I wasn't ever really this high on Justin Fields, especially 3rd overall, for crying out loud. I have him I think in my big board I have him, let's see here. Yep, number 20. Wow. Okay. I have number 20 on my big board, so I really don't think a top 5 pick should happen for Justin Fields, you guys. He's got some issues. He has times where he's dominant, like we saw in the playoff, and then times where he's super inaccurate, doesn't go through his reads. It's usually first read and bang. I mean, he has a lot of misses on the field, and that's one thing or a big thing that worries me, especially with Drew Lock. It's usually been one read for him too, and I just don't like quarterbacks who can't see the field, and really had a lot of misses, short target misses throughout his career, which is a little bit concerning. So you have a little bit accuracy issues. He seems better going downfield, honestly, than he does going short. So kind of weird. Yeah, I'm just not convinced he sees the field that well, and that worries me with prospects and accuracy issues as well. But could get better. I mean, I just don't see him right now, definitely not as a top 5 pick, so probably not even top 10 pick in my opinion. We'll get to my 3rd quarterback here, probably in the top 10, but right now I'm saying Falcons. This one's hard. I like the Kyle Pitts idea, honestly. They're pretty stacked as far as wide receivers go. I don't know if they would, Julio's getting old. I don't know if they would take wide receiver out high. Could use a little bit of linebacker help. I don't think Micah Parsons is going that high, but I like this Kyle Pitts idea. I'm not even kidding. Might be a little bit high for him, but he is a freak of nature. And I don't think Hayden Hurst is the answer. Had kind of a ho-hum year, especially fantasy-wise, on my roster. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Kyle Pitts. You guys might hate that, but I like it. Could be a dynamic offense. And, hey, they might be in love with a quarterback that they could see taking over for Matt Ryan, but, I wouldn't take Fields if they could. I personally wouldn't. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they took any of these three quarterbacks between Lance, Fields, and Mac Jones. I may be surprised a little bit with the Lance, but other two, I mean, I could see happening. So maybe Justin Fields just needs time to develop, but like I said, there are too many issues, and his vision scares me, and his accuracy scares me, and I just don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks. I think my brother Zach would agree with me on that. We talked about that recently, so never trust Ohio State quarterback, at least recently. I'm only 26 years old, so I can't think that far back. But, all right, Kyle Pitts to the Falcons. That would be fun. That would be very fun. That would be tempting fantasy for fantasy reasons. Let's go Bengals. You got to go. So they just missed out on Sewell. Top need is a tackle. You got to get Burrow protection. I mean, I was saying that when they drafted him, and I didn't think they did a well enough job doing that in free agency, and Burrow gets injured. What do you know? So, I mean, you got to even reach here for Slater, and I don't even think it's that big of a reach. I think Slater is probably a top 10 talent, but I'm doing that because it's pretty awful right now, and Burrow needs time. Poor guy. So, Burrow, got you some help. Could be a dynamic offense if he has time. Got some talent in the wide receiver core, and solidify some of these spots on defense, and maybe add a wide receiver later on in the draft. But that needed to be fixed. So it's a deep wide receiver class again. I think it's the best position in this class once again, like last year. So on to number 6. Here comes our first wide receiver, guys. What do you say? Let's do it. I think they're sold on Hurts. I don't see them, unless they're totally in love with a quarterback, I don't see them drafting one. Just traded Wentz, obviously. So let's give Hurts some talent. I think Jamar Chase is easily the best. Well, not easily, but I think he is the best wide receiver in this class. I have him 4 overall on my big board. That is 2 ahead of Jalen Waddle and 3 ahead of Devontae Smith. So just a freak, dude. I mean, his catch radius, and he's speedy too, but he high points the ball well, can create separation, good hands, good route runner. I mean, I think he's easily the best, top 5 talent here. So, and the best wide receiver in the class. So let's go on. There you go. Hurts got you a weapon there with Rager. Jeffrey's probably out of there. So you got Jamar Chase and Rager leading the charge. Kind of fun offense. I think they could be. The NFC East sucks, so they could make some noise there maybe. But and Hurts could be a top fantasy quarterback. He's like your. He already got his rookie season. He was kind of on a tear for a little bit there. Got the running threat and all that, so could be a fun fantasy team right there. Offense. All right, on to the Lions. Let's go. They need help on defense, but let's see here. They might be losing Galladay. This is before free agency if you're watching. And franchising. So I last read they may not use a franchise tag on them. So we will see. If they don't, I say you get Waddle or Devontae Smith immediately here. You need help on wide receiver, and Marvin Jones could be leaving. I think he's a free agent. There was talk that he wanted to join Matthew Stafford in LA, so could get Goff some help here. But let's go Jalen Waddle. If they do retain Galladay, I could see them going elsewhere, such as Micah Parsons or I don't know about edge yet, but they need corner help too. So we'll see. That's an interesting one, but we'll go wide receiver for now. On to number 8. Quarterback. I don't know why quarterback is not on their needs. PFF. Go ahead and at PFF for that one. But Bridgewater is not the answer, so it's kind of up to the Panthers on who they fall in love with here, right? Unless PFF is predicting that Deshaun Watson goes there or something, but I don't see Deshaun Watson going anywhere this season. I think he's going to sit. And probably next season we'll get something. And, if I were the Broncos and I would like create a better team in hopes that you attract Watson. I wouldn't necessarily go out and get a quarterback here in the draft, or I'd get a vet free agency. But if you think you have a good chance with Watson, I definitely would build your team better and give him something to want to join. So, and there's a lot there already. I mean, we have all the weapons on offense and all that. But anyway, back to the Panthers. Like I said, it's up to them. It's up to who they fall in love with here at quarterback. In my opinion, I mean, you got to get someone because Bridgewater is not the answer. And on my big board, guys, this may not surprise you, but Mac Jones is number 9 overall and my third quarterback. I did not like this guy a couple of weeks ago, and then I, again, like Chris Sims talked him up when I was reconsidering his talent. There's just nothing sexy about him. Like, he's not that great of an athlete, obviously, but if you go watch him play, with an open mind, his pocket awareness jumps out at me immediately. Like, he looks like a vet in the pocket. He's sliding, keeping his eyes downfield. And probably his biggest strength is accuracy. Every single time the ball is right there on point. Kind of blew my mind. I didn't really get into him all that much until a couple weeks ago. And then I got more into him after watching Chris Sims. So 2 things jump out at me: his pocket awareness and accuracy. And I love it. And also, what Justin Fields doesn't have is his progressions. He is going through progressions. You can see it on the film. And if the first look isn't there, he'll, read the pressure in the pocket, keep his eyes downfield, evade the pressure, throw a dart. I mean, I'm not used to this with an Alabama quarterback, so it's kind of uncanny and different from an Alabama quarterback. But I think he's beyond his years, mentally. Again, he doesn't have the physical traits. If he did, no question, top 3 overall. But I mean, he isn't a slouch either. He can run out of the pocket, deliver on the run still. But people just doesn't. I like what Sims said. People just don't like him because he doesn't look good in his uniform. I mean, there's nothing eye-dropping about him, or jaw-dropping, sorry. Eye-opening, I should say, about him. But if you like quarterbacks who can throw the ball accurately and go through progressions and, evade pressure in the pocket, I mean, you can't get much better than that. So, up to you. Panthers, I'm going to go ahead and give you Mr. Jones here. I don't know if I've seen this in a mock yet, you guys. you probably hate it. But back-to-back Bama players right there for you. And on to our main event. You got Justin Fields here, you guys. It was a little bit tempting, okay? You got Trey Lance here. A little bit tempting for me. But again, we don't need another project. We have a project in Drew Lock. And I don't see these two guys any better. Maybe Trey Lance. The biggest knock I have on Trey Lance is obviously his, he just hasn't played much. And there's not much to go by. The talent is there. I mean, he's a freak athlete. He's had his moments. So after a couple of years, 1 or 2 years, maybe even immediately, who knows? It might click for him if he's under the right coordinator. He's probably got the highest ceiling, maybe except for Zach Wilson, out of all these quarterbacks, but probably the lowest floor too, along with Fields, in my opinion. Maybe a lower floor than Fields. So select at your own risk, I guess, but we won't be doing that here. All depends on free agency, in my opinion. If we can get a cornerback in free agency, I say we have take the top talent. So, right now for me, it's between Micah Parsons here and Caleb Farley. Another name to watch is this guy right here, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. You can plug him anywhere, dude. He's an exciting player. And there's another linebacker who we actually interviewed, Zaven Collins. Very similar. You can plug him in anywhere. He's kind of this modern linebacker that you want, and speedy, rangy, can get in coverage. And I think, Micah Parsons can be that. He's like a freak of nature too. Just didn't have much in the way of coverage, but I believe he can do that. But he is quite the blitzer and quite the run stopper. He's just everywhere on the field, everywhere. Watch his film. He's right there with where the ball is. It's pretty amazing. I'm going to go ahead and take Micah Parsons here, guys, because I'm kind of sick of... I love Caleb Farley. I really do. And I'd be pretty happy if we got him. But the only reason why I'm taking Parsons here is mainly because we've seen Farley in all of the mock drafts. And I wanted to give you guys something different. But, hey, I wouldn't scoff at Parsons or Farley here. Both are in need. You can put Parsons anywhere in the middle of the defense. So it's a defensive piece, and he can help the team immediately, just like Farley could. So some of you might be saying maybe edge, Kwity Paye. He's a much better run stopper than a pass rusher at this point in his career, or at this point. He can definitely develop into a better pass rusher, but I'd like to see more of that. But right here, I'm just taking the best talent, and to me, that's Parsons or Farley. I'll probably get into cornerbacks later in a different podcast, but I have Farley far ahead of, Surtain. Where's Surtain on here? Okay, not too far. Farley, number 12, Surtain, 15. If you watch Surtain's playoff film, it's not that great, guys. He got beat a lot, and he's just not that speedy. Farley's a much better athlete, and you need speed on the corner, especially in our division. So, all right, so Micah Parsons. We can get more into the cornerbacks probably in a different pod, like I said, but Micah Parsons it is. Nothing to scoff at. And we will finish with the Cowboys, who just today got their quarterback for 4 more years. Signed Dak Prescott. So, Devontae Smith would be fun. They don't need him, but that'd be fun. Okay, so let's look here. They definitely need a corner, and probably be happy to see Farley go to them, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to focus too much on. Hey, look at that! Wow, Trey Lance to the Giants. It's just filling in now. Justin Fields with Pats. Okay, PFF. I could see that. I could see that. All right. Anyway, Caleb Farley to Cowboys. That's a great pick for them, and they definitely need that. So that does it for our top 10. We'll go through this again. Jags get Trevor Lawrence. Jets, Zach Wilson. Not sure what happened to Darnold, but they traded him in this mock at least. Okay, he's gone. Sewell to the Dolphins at 3. A pick from the Texans. Kyle Pitts to the Falcons. It's one of the more attractive picks in the top 10 in my opinion. I like that fit a lot, and I think that might be the piece for the Falcons to take to the next step. It's an impact player, and he's just a freak. That'd be pretty fun to watch. Sean Slater to the Bengals. Get bro that. Protection. Jamar Chase to the Eagles. You're welcome, Hurts. Jalen Waddle. Goff. You get a new and improved wideout. Probably your best one you've seen. Except maybe Cup. I don't know. Waddle's probably better than Cup. So, yeah, it's probably your best wide receiver off the top of my head. Mac Jones to the Panthers. I love that. Not sure. They could go any quarterback here. Really, I wouldn't be surprised. But I like Mac Jones, so we did that. And I might be a little sad, guys, if Mac Jones went right before us, to be honest. I mean, I think Mac Jones up there with Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson on being NFL ready. I think he's right there. So he's not a project in my eyes. And Micah Parsons to the Broncos. Whew. Alexander Johnson, Micah Parsons, Josie Jewell. Right there. Bonnie, Chubb. Get yourself some cornerbacks. Looking good on defense there. Lots of weapons on offense. Still missing that quarterback probably, but hey, maybe Luck will turn the tide in his third year, huh? We can hope. And then Caleb Farley to the Cowboys closing it off. So there's your top 10. Hopefully you guys, didn't disagree too much, but I'm happy with it. I like that Pitts pick. Like these two wide receivers going back to back, and I think Mac Jones is a top 10 worthy quarterback. So not too shabby. I think we did a good job here. So that'll do it for our first Babbling Bronco video podcast. Hopefully we can get Zach or Taylor on here another time. And looking forward to it. Thanks for joining.